We are live with some 2-minute tips. And I want to remind everybody that it's the weekend for some of us. Maybe it's you're watching this on a replay, maybe you're watching it on another day. It doesn't really matter. Wherever you are though, I want to remind you that you can have, you know, one of those moments that you really struggle with, one of the things that you're really challenged by, it's that, and you feel that emotion, you feel that anxiety or anger or frustration or fear or whatever it happens to be. Maybe it's shame, maybe it's guilt, maybe it's embarrassment. I don't know whatever that emotion is, it overwhelms us at times. And I've been reading this book on from Dr. Joe Rosenberg, and I wanted to kind of share a few thoughts that I've been going through in my head, and overreacting and underreacting can actually be equally detrimental, as unless you're actually understanding how you're feeling about it. A moment is a moment, and that moment in time, if you hang on to that moment in time and it continues to impact your life, and it continues to cause pain or disruption to your progress, or you're not seeing things clearly because you're holding on to this, oh, they did this to me, that it's a kind of a victim mentality, or I was impacted by this and now I'm afraid to say anything or speak up, or address that behavior in the future. And we've all experienced this, and I'm not going to diminish the fact that it exists. What I'm going to share is that I've been thinking about a lot about this, and I wanted to make sure that, maybe the way I'm thinking about it is maybe not the way you think about this. However, the fact that we can reflect on it and we can understand how we can feel, and I encourage you to maybe take a look at her book, and actually let me make sure that I understand which book it is. And it's called 90 Seconds. Uh, 90. Move through your feelings in the moments they are present. Yeah. Rosenberg, Dr. Joan Rosenberg. 90 Seconds. How do I get this up on here? Let me see. 90 Seconds to a Life You Love. And it's called the Rosenberg Reset. It's an interesting concept, and I was just thinking about this, and I wanted to share it with you and see if you have similar feelings where you've had this emotion and it's a trigger. There's a trigger that allows you to actually get emotionally upset from a past incident that has happened to you some point in your history, that is equally right there as soon as something happens to you. And she talks about this, and she talks about how you can get past that and learn how to understand what that means to you, and some of the things. It's fascinating. And I just thought that, with all the mental health and the situation around us and some of the circumstances that, people are in today, it would be really nice to understand this tool. And I consider it a tool in your toolbox to, kind of shift your way of thinking, because a moment is only a moment, and then the next moment comes by. And if you dwell on the moment that's already passed, it's like worrying about the future that hasn't happened. The past and the future, you have no control over. And also the fact that you could take responsibility for what you're doing. And if you can improve how you react and respond to these circumstances and improve how you see yourself and perceive your circumstance, then you're on the path to making your circumstances better. And I hope this makes sense, because I think it's important for us to continue to talk about stability, mental health, the opportunity to actually resolve some of our emotional scars, and understand what it takes to stabilize our behavior, be responsible for our own behavior, and not blame game or be a victim. So don't give your strength away. Don't give your source away to anyone else. Just be responsible for it. And anyway, I just think it's fascinating, and I just wanted to share it with you. If you found this valuable, make a comment, say something, share it with others. Hey, Gabriel, how you doing, man? Respond versus react. Yes, totally. Love live streaming. I have a separate podcast on mental health. Awesome. Love to have you share it. All right, brother. I'm going to turn in. I'm going to crank it out and sign out. And I will see you tomorrow. And also remember, I got Brian Schumann first thing in the morning on the Pirate Broadcast, 7 a.m. West Coast time, PDT or whatever, however they call that. So join in if you have an opportunity, 7 a.m. in the morning. You can actually go on Facebook or Twitter, or not Twitter, but YouTube, and get a reminder as well. So anyway, hope this finds you well. Kindness is cool. Smiles are free. And you enjoy the day.